Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to be recapping last night's NBA slate of games. Yesterday, we had 6 games, and I want to talk about some of them. You know, especially some of the teams involved in some of these games. Because, it was a very interesting day last night in the NBA. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. We guys out a lot. If you missed any other recaps, any other days, or any other teams, you can go back and watch those on the channel. Links to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So we'll start with the first game we had the other day. We had Wizards and Magic. The Magic win this game 130 to 125. The Magic are now 14-5. They have won 9 in a row, tied for their longest streak in franchise history. The Wizards fall to 3-16. Looking at team stats, Orlando shot 52% for the field, Washington shot 51%. Both teams hit about the same amount of threes and took the same amount of free throws. The Magic out-assisted Washington 35-25. For Orlando, Franz Wagner 31-7-8, shot 9 for 17, 1 for 3 from 3, 12 for 14 from 3-point line. He's been on fire. He's got 30 in the last 3 games for Orlando. In those last 3 games, he's averaging almost 31 points per game with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, while shooting 67% from the field, 58% from 3. He's been absolutely balling in the last few games for them. Paolo also had a really good game, 28, 13, and 7, shot 11 for 23 for 4 from 3. Those two were balling out there. They really closed out this game as well, especially Franz late in the fourth quarter, really putting the Wizards away. Mo Wagner at 18 and 6 off the bench, 14 and 7 assists for Joe Ingles, and then Jalen Suggs at 15 points, 3 steals and 2 blocks as well. Orlando keeps it rolling. They've won 9 in a row now. For Washington, 27 and 6 for Kyle Kuzma, shot 10 for 18, 18 11 and 3 blocks for Daniel Gafford. He had a pretty solid game. Wizards actually had 7 players scoring double figures, especially including 3 off the bench. Corey Kispert had 15 points. Nigel Shaman had 13 points. He was 3 for 3 from 3. Bilal Coulibaly had 12 points off the bench with 3 steals. Tyus Jones had 13 points and 6 assists, and Jordan Poole had 14 on 3 for 12 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3. But the Wizards fought hard in this game. It was a really close one. But Orlando was just a better team at the end of the day. You know, Franz Wagner hit a lot of big shots. Paolo hit a lot of big shots in the fourth quarter. Those two kind of sealed the game. Mo Wagner as well got in there. They did some things. And Orlando gets the W. They're streaking right now. Next, we got Grizzlies and Mavericks. The Grizzlies win this one 108 to 94. Grizzlies' first time this season winning back-to-back games. They're now 5-13. The Mavs fall to 11-7. Luka Doncic did not play in this game due to the birth of his daughter, so he didn't play. But the Grizzlies come in and get the win. Team stats: Memphis shot 49% from the field. Mavs shot 37%. The Mavericks did get to the free throw line a lot more though. They were 14 for 21. Grizzlies were 9 for 11 in this one. For Memphis, Desmond Bane 30 points, shot 11 for 24 for 6 and 3. This is, I think, his 7th 30-point game of the year. He's been very, very good. It was really good last night making shots for Memphis, but it was also the bench. The bench had 3 players score double figures. Jalen Noel, who I forgot even was on the Memphis Grizzlies, 19 points. Santi Aldama 17 and 12, and then Vince Williams had 15 and 9. The bench really helped this game for Memphis. You know, they dominated this one, helped them get the win. For Dallas, without Luka, it's tough to win. Kyrie didn't have a good game either. He's 3 for 15, had just 10 points. Derrick Jones and Grant Williams are the leading scorers. They both had 16. Seth Curry had 12 off the bench, and then Josh Green also had 10 points. But tough. You know, without Luka, it's rare for them not to have Luka. But I'm sure he'll be back, and they'll start to get winning again. Next, we have the Knicks and the Raptors. The Knicks win this one 119 to 106. They have a big third quarter, outscoring Toronto 33 to 20, helped by Josh Hart. The Knicks now go to 12-7. They've won 3 in a row. The Raptors fall to 9 and 11. The Knicks have been really streaking recently. After having a really kind of weird start to the year, they've 7-3 in their last 10. They're 10-3 in their last 13 games. They're really balling right now. They're all the way up to their number 5 seed, or tied for the 4th seed with the Sixers in the Eastern Conference, and they're really balling right now. Team stats from last night's game: the Knicks shot 50% from the field, Raptors shot 44%. The Knicks hit 16 threes, the Raptors only hit 6 threes in this one. For New York, Jalen Brunson 22, 5 and 8, shot 9 for 21 from the field. He's been absolutely balling this year. Donte DiVincenzo, 21 points, he hit 7 threes off the bench. That is huge, getting 7 threes off the bench for Donte DiVincenzo. The Knicks really have been a good 3-point shooting team this year. You know, that's how they won a lot of their games, because I did my power rankings video yesterday. If you missed that, go check that out. But I talked about the Knicks, their numbers and stuff, and their offense doesn't really look crazy, even though they're the 11th ranked offense in the league. Their offense doesn't really look that crazy when you look at numbers wise, but they hit a lot of threes. Julius Randle also had 20, 10, and 9, 1 assist away from a triple-double. Josh Hart off the bench had 17 and 8. I think he scored all those points in the third quarter or something. He had 3 threes, 15 for RJ Barrett. Mayor quickly had 10. Mitchell Robinson also had 4 steals. But yeah, the Knicks got a good win. Raptors hung in there, but the third quarter really was the separator. The Knicks got hot in that quarter, and the Raptors couldn't hold up. For Toronto, 29, 9, and 4 for Scotty Barnes with 5 steals. He shot 13 for 19, 3 for 7 from 3. He was balling. 21 and 8 for Pascal Siakam, 12 and 12 for Jakob Poeltl, 11 for Chris Boucher off the bench, and 10 and 9 for Dennis Schroeder. But the Raptors didn't have enough 3-point firepower really for the New York, and the Knicks got to win. And they're balling right now, man. The Knicks are coming back. They're streaking. They're looking like a really good team in the Eastern Conference. Next, we had Celtics, Sixers on ESPN. The Celtics win this game 125-119. What a weird game this was. For Philly, no Joel Embiid, no Tyrese Maxey in this one. For the Boston, no Porzingis in this one. Jason Tatum gets ejected in the third quarter, but the Celtics come out and win this one. They go to 15-4. Sixers fall to 12-7. Really hard fought by the Sixers, especially without their 2 star players. They came in and they really fought hard and almost got the W. They're very close, but Boston just closed them out at the end. Look at team stats. Boston shot 51% from the field. Sixers shot 46%. The Celtics were 31 for 36 on the free throw line. Sixers were 17 for 23. The Celtics also assisted the Sixers 25-16. For Boston, they had 7 players scoring double figures. Both teams actually had 7 players scoring double figures. For Boston, Derek White 21-6 and 5, 21-7 and 4 for Tatum before he got ejected in this game. But yeah, Al Horford and Payne Pritchard. Really, Al Horford, Payne Pritchard. Jaylen Brown as well a little bit, but they did some big things. Al Horford had 26 and 3 with 2 blocks. He had 2 big blocks in Tobias Harris late in this game. 20 for Jaylen Brown with 4 steals and 2 blocks. Shahada had 13, 5, and 6. And then off the bench, Sam Hauser at 11 and Payne Pritchard had 10 points. So a good win for Boston. They closed out a game, which hasn't been, the best thing for Boston this season. Even without Tatum, without Porzingis, they still came in and got the W. Al Horford has been playing really good since he's been back in the starting lineup without Porzingis. And yeah, they balled. For the Philly, though, a lot of credit to them. They could have won this game, really. Like, they were really in it. Pat Bev, 26, 8, and 7. Patrick Beverley, 26 points. Look at that. D'Anthony Melton had 21 as well before he fouled out early in the fourth quarter. That was a big blow to them as well. Robert Covington, 18 and 5 with 5 steals off the bench. 14 for Tobias Harris. Didn't have a great game. He started off hot, kind of cooled down late. He was 6 for 16. 14 for Paul Reed. 11 for Mo Bamba off the bench. 13 and 7 for Marcus Morris. But yeah, Philly really stood in there. Joel missing his second game. I think his 3rd game in 4 days. Or 3rd time in 4 games he missed. He had an illness. Tyrese Maxey also had an illness, so he didn't play in this one. But Philly, they stood in there, though. They stood in there. They fought hard, gritty, tough, defensive team. On offense, they were just making it happen. So shout out to them. Next, we had the Spurs and Pelicans. Pelicans win this game 121-106. Pelicans go to 11-9. The Spurs have now lost 14 in a row. They go to 3-16. Team stats: Nolan shot 49% from the field. Spurs shot 46%. Pelicans are 27 for 29 from the free throw line. Spurs are 14 for 17. Pelicans also forced 19 San Antonio turnovers. For New Orleans, Jonas Valanciunas 24 and 12 with 2 blocks, shot 9 for 12 from the field. They had 7 players scoring double figures. Trey Murphy, in his first game of the season, 18 points. He had 4 threes off the bench. He looked really good out there. He was balling in threes. He had a tough step back mid-range as well in this game. And he's big. That's big to have him back. He's a big piece of this Pelicans team. 19 and 8 for CJ McCollum, who also returned after the lung collapse. He has played pretty good. 17 and 4 for Herb Jones. He had 3 steals. Brandon Ingram and Zion didn't really have a great games either, but everyone else did. Ingram had just 14 points. He shot 3 for 14. Zion had just 12 points on 4 for 9 shooting. Najee Marshall also had 10 points off the bench. But yeah, the Pelicans had their role players really step up. CJ, Herb Jones, Valanciunas, Trey Murphy, they did the job. So when they're fully healthy, this team is dangerous. If those guys can contribute without Bi and Zion really, having great games. For San Antonio, Wemby did not play in this game. I think it's his first missed game of the season. The Spurs had 8 players scoring double figures, almost 9, but just couldn't really get it done over New Orleans. Yeah, Spurs, it's not looking great right now for San Antonio. I'm probably going to make a video about it pretty soon, about the Spurs, But, yeah, it's not looking great right now in San Antonio. Even though they're still young, they're not supposed to be good, but dang, 14 losses in a row, that's not Spurs-like, And the final game we had was Nuggets and Suns on ESPN. The Nuggets win this one 119-111. Really good game. The Nuggets go to 14-6. The Suns fall to 11-8. Very, very tight game. Nikola Jokic, though. Nikola Jokic really balled out late in this one, and they got the W. Looking at team stats, Denver shot 57% for the field, Suns shot 46%. The Nuggets hit 12 threes, Suns hit 9 threes, but the Suns were 24 for 26 in the free throw line. Nuggets were only 7 for 12. Nuggets out-assisted the Suns, though, 38 to 22. 38 assists for Denver. For the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic 21, 5, and 16 on 9 for 18 shooting. Wasn't really super aggressive throughout the entirety of the game. When it came down to it in the fourth quarter, he was doing his thing. And, of course, finding teammates. Reggie Jackson also had 20 points in this one. 19 and 10 from MPJ. He shot 50% from the field. 50 for KCP and Justin Holiday, both starting this game. No Jamal Murray, and no Aaron Gordon for Denver. Also, no Devin Booker for Phoenix. And then Julian Strauss also had 11 points off the bench for Denver. We had a good one for them. Had a lot of assists. Ball was moving. Everyone in the starting lineup almost had 5 assists. Like MPJ had 4, Reggie Jackson had 4, KCP and Justin Holiday had 5. Even Christian Brown had 4 assists off the bench. They were just moving the ball. Getting everybody involved. And that really for them. For Phoenix, 31, 6, and 2 for Yusuf Nurkic. Shot 13 for 22 from the field. He had a really, really good game. Especially early. He came out hot. That's big for them. KD, 30 and 11 assists. Didn't have a great shooting day, though. He was 0 for 10 in the second half. Was 8 for 25 from the field for the game. He had 3 blocks. He had a really good game. Outside of that, though, his playmaking ability was really on display, and his defense as well. 16 for Eric Gordon, 13 and 9 for Grayson Allen, and 13 for Josh Okogie off the bench. Yeah, if Devin Booker's probably here, it's a lot more competitive of a game because they get that extra scoring punch, especially with KD not having a great shooting day. But Nurkic really stepped up. KD played really good. And still, Suns are playing really good basketball right now. It's just Denver is the reigning champs, and they're just better at this point. Nikola Jokic is amazing at basketball, Yeah, it's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. And, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.